Right, hello everyone and welcome to this new video on my channel. So today we've got a match preview for Salford City versus Doncaster Rovers in this bottom of the table League 2 clash. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So as per usual, when I don't go to a Rovers game, I'll do a match preview the day before instead. So with today's game, Salford, basically it's a case of I've already done it. It's not one of my favourite away days and I'd have had to take either half a day or a full day off of work. So I decided to save me my holidays at work and give this one a miss. But I will be at the match on Saturday against Grimsby Town. But instead, we're going to go to Rossington Main versus Garforth Town, my local team. So keep an eye out for that video on the channel. But anyway, let's get into both teams. So let's start with the home team then, Salford City, and they're currently in 19th out of 24th in League 2. And we currently had 9 wins, 8 draws and 14 defeats. And the last result on Saturday was a 1-1 away draw at Swindon Town, which means now they're in pretty decent form. They're unbeaten in 6 games. And that's with 3 wins and 3 draws. One of them wins as well, being a 3-1 home win over Wrexham. And to be fair, that started exactly when they appointed a new manager. So Carl Robinson came in and he had a draw in his first match. I believe it was Forest Green Rovers, and like I said, then you've got the 3 wins, 3 draws. So yep, 6 matches into his managerial spell at Salford, and they're unbeaten currently. So that's pulled them away from the relegation zone a fair bit and above us in the table as well, because we're in a bit of trouble. We're in dire form and kind of could tell something needed to change, and they did that. And yeah, it seems to be working pretty well for them at the minute. Another big reason for the success at the minute, and probably the main reason why they weren't even further down the table before Robinson came in, is probably the goals of Matt Smith, a big 6'6" striker, who absolutely tore us to shreds when we played us, and I'll get into that in a bit. But he's currently the second highest scorer in League 2, just behind Langstaff. So yeah, to be fair, he has saved him from being in the bottom 2, and he's probably helped him to climb, you know, out of the relegation scrap by quite a bit, because he is a quality player for this level. He is experienced, he's big, physical, which to be fair in League 2 is something that you definitely need. And now the away team and my team at Doncaster Rovers, we are currently in 20th out of 24 positions, so we've moved up 2 places from our last game. So we currently have a record of 9 wins, 5 draws and 16 defeats. And we've got our first win since New Year's Day in the last result on Saturday, with a 2-1 home win over Tranmere Rovers. And it were a lot better performance, to be fair. We I won't say it were a brilliant performance, but look, at the end of the day, you know, we're in a relegation fight and we've got the result, and, you know, in all honesty, that's all that matters now. You know, we just need to pick up as many points as we can, because I feel we've played all right, you know, quite a bit this season, but we've just not been able to get the results. So yeah, we'll take whatever we can get at the minute. And I think a big thing is as well, we looked a lot stronger defensively, I felt, especially in our own penalty box. I think that's mainly down to 2 things. I think one, he had a tough start to the season, but Richard Wood is you know, he's playing well. He the thing that he's stopping is that aerial threat, because he's, you know, he's winning stuff in the air, and that's been a big problem this season. Just players scoring from corners, from crosses against us. We've just, you know, conceded so many header goals, and we've really needed to find a way to stop that. And it looks like Richard Wood could be part of the answer. I mean, he's got a tough test in this game against Matt Smith, who's, you know, an expert in the air, but you know, it has limited it slightly. And also another big part is the new keeper. He I do like Lewis Jones, I'm not going to lie, but I think his main weakness was, you know, commanding his area. Whereas this keeper, he just seems to command his area so well. Anything comes anywhere near the penalty spot, he's straight out and on it. You know, which is really good to see, a keeper who commands his box and just, you know, wins all the balls coming in, just catches everything. And yeah, you know, that's really good to see, because I think sometimes, you know, I don't, like I say, I don't mind Jones, but I think sometimes he didn't command his box the best, and that probably led to a few goals conceded from our part. So it feels like a while since I've said this now, but we're unbeaten in 2 matches, which is yeah, feels weird to say, but feels very, very good to say. So we're now 10 points clear of the bottom two, which is Sutton and Forest Green, because they both lost on Saturday, whereas we won. And if you watch my Tranmere vlog, you probably heard me shout at the end, that is a huge win, and it certainly is, because we've got a 10-point gap now. Sutton's got to make up 3 wins and a draw, and then we've got a better goal difference as well. You know, which we can't just rely on Sutton not being able to do that. We have got to keep focused and keep pushing forward, because one thing that I did say is that it's like last season. Obviously, we you know, we were never in trouble of going down, but we ended the season so poorly, and that kind of filtered into the start of this season as well. So I think it's really important, no matter where we're finishing the table, we need to have a really good end to the season and really build some momentum going into the next season, because we saw what happened when we had that awful spell at the end of last season. You know, we just started this season so poorly and so low in confidence, even though we had a lot of new players, because that does filter in. So yeah, I think it's really important, even if we're not going to make playoffs, even if we're not going to get relegated, just to really, you know, not be on the beach, really get them results in, and really boost our chances for next season. So in previous results between these two teams, I already kind of mentioned it earlier in the video, but we have played the reverse fixture this season, and Rovers lost 3-0 at home to Salford. It was Matt Smith hat-trick and a masterclass, to be fair. We just couldn't deal with him, and he punished us. And then last season we won the home game by 2-1, and then when we went to Salford later in the season, we lost by 3-1. So a mixture of results there, with Salford winning the last 2. So I think that moves me nicely on to my prediction then. So do I think we're going to make it 1-1 for the season, or are Salford going to do the double over us and increase the gap between us in the table? My prediction is, as good as it's felt to you know, win that game and be a few unbeaten, I just think this is a really, really tough game for us. I think we're playing an informed Salford team against a player that we always struggle with, a player that kind of, you know, plays to our weaknesses a lot, and I just think it's going to be a tough game. You know, they've not lost yet under Carl Robinson. I think it's going to be very, very tough, and you know, even though I think we're playing better, I just can't see us winning this, to be fair. That's not being negative on Rovers. I just think Salford are a very tough opponent for us right now, and you know, their style of play kind of you know, suits playing against us perfectly, and we're in form at the minute. So unfortunately, I am going to have to go for Salford City 2, Doncaster Rovers 1. Anyway, that concludes my pre-match thoughts then. So hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to leave it here, so please like and subscribe if you are new here. Help me to 2,000 subs as soon as possible. So the next video on the channel is going to be on Tuesday night. We've got Rossington Main versus Garth of Town. So until then, thanks a lot for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.